So when you talk about analytics and data science, the first thing that one need to understand that analytics is a team sport, right? So 90% cases, most of the people, when they talk about analytics, they talk about dashboards. But dashboard is not necessarily analytics. So when you think of the journey of analytics, it starts with there has to be, data needs to be governed, scalable, so that essentially is in the hands of IT. And then you need to do data modeling, which essentially, again, is done by the data scientist. Followed by that, you need to prepare data, so which typically is done by data engineers. And then there are consumers. Consumers are typically business experts, line of business experts, because they are essentially the owner of the data for their line of business. I mean, be it, say, let's take an example of Office of Finance. Where audit, let's take audit, which is one of the most compliant requirement of any organization. And organization's performance in financial terms hugely depends on audit, for example. Compliance is an audit. Now, who are the best, most knowledgeable people about audit? It is the auditors, right? Now, your data scientists can design a model, but they're not auditors. Similarly, supply chain. So I think when you think of data as, a data infrastructure, a data-driven organization, there's role for everybody. Data scientists are the experts to design the best model to generate, help business to get the insights. Whereas when it comes to business consumers, they're the owner of data for their own specific areas. And so there's a combination of both experts, analysts, and data science requirement for any analytics process in an organization. Well, so we always keep talking about digital transformation. Now, what is digital transformation? It's all data-driven. There's a saying that most of the companies, enterprises, are all data-rich, but increasingly we are finding that they're information poor. Now, one of the primary reasons, as the previous question I said, who owns data? It's the line of business. They are the domain experts. So the way we provide flexibility in Alteryx is we are a single platform that essentially enables an organization to have, say, if I may say this, ETL, extract, transform, load, that means you're bringing data, ingesting data, and then you do prep, blend, enrich the data, and then you build automation analytics in the hands of business users so that they can take decision as and when they require. Because your actionable insights needs to be time driven. Anything that is 1 month old, even if you get a report from your back end, your center of excellence team, that IT engineers, data scientists, and IT, everybody prepare and gives to you, maybe you have actually lost an opportunity in time. So that's how we provide flexibility. We are an enterprise-grade platform that enables, data analytics across all personas of the organization. If you see, finance is one organization that possibly has been data-driven for ages. When you talk about analytics, they are the most analytical, line of business in an organization. So the adoption of analytics, if you look back many decades back, it's essentially the finance organization. So how do we ensure that finance is compliant to that? The first thing required is, a simple example is like, say, audit. Audit is a compliance requirement of an organization, but it has to be time-bound. So if you're not able to have the right set of data, and if it is not well governed to ensure that when you're doing any analytics, right, you have the right data to drive the right analytics and get the right audit report. So it's a compliance requirement. So for finance organization, these are the primary requirement. There are many tools that can help you in do your analysis. But there are not very many tools that can essentially help you in terms of getting you the right data at the right time as you require. And they're all governed, they are ring-fenced as much required, and that drives an audit or a finance organization for that matter to be compliant. I think I was talking to somebody in the morning also. It's definitely a fantastic event. Beside all the vendor sessions, the interactions, I think it's a great opportunity for all the CIOs to also network with their peers, learn from each other, beside also knowing about the technology trends, and also have some fun. So I think it's a great event.